Okay there, I'll be right with you. Hold on. Just a second. Okay. Hi, Leslie. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday night. I hope you guys had a great Labor Day weekend. We kept real busy. Didn't really vacation or anything like that, but we got a lot of work done, closed the pool, set up a little bit more in my shop, did that kind of stuff, and just didn't feel rushed about it, so all was well. It was a good weekend. So I put out a little question just a little while ago to you guys, asking you to pick one. And there was a picture of a witch, a ghost, and a pumpkin, and the hands down winner was the witch. So that tells me a little bit about my audience. We're all a little bit witchy sometimes, right? Hello and welcome. If you're just coming in, be sure to say hello, and we're going to get this party started. If you don't know me already, my name is Susan Tapley, and I'm a designer with Couture. And I try to go live often. I've been a little busy lately and haven't been able to get on quite as often as I'd like to the last week or so, but we'll see if I can do something about that. I'll try to be better. But today we're going to work on a project I'm kind of excited about, and your choice had something to do with how this project is going to go and be finished. So, well, I'm so excited to show you what it is. So let me get my cameras all set up here, and we'll get going. Okay. All right, there we go. So first of all, I'm going to show you this really cool surface that I found. It is a board that has been cut into kind of a bracket on the ends, and I thought it was really pretty, but it had something ugly on the front of it, so I painted it up. And that's my camera here. My husband used my camera stand for his band the other night, and it's a little bit wonky right now. So I'm going to be using this. I'm going to pull this up close so you can see that it is, it's painted white around the edges, and I painted the front black because this is going to be a super fun Halloween project. And we're going to be using a transfer called Beware. So with this one, you've got all the letters for Beware, but you can replace the letter A with one of our icons, which is a witch, a ghost, or a pumpkin. So that was why I posed that question. Pick one, a witch, a ghost, or a pumpkin, because we're going to make the A witch's hat. Sound good? So we've also got some other things on this transfer. There's some cute little spider web corners that we're going to use, and also just a line, which, it could be a spider's web, but I think it's just a very thin line that we're going to use to decorate the top and the bottom of this sign with. So I think I'm going to do this. I could do this horizontally or vertically. I think I'm going to work this one horizontally. And I am going to first remove the transfer from its packaging. And take good care of your packaging, because you're going to want to put all of the pieces that you cut out back into this package so that you can store it for the next time that you want to use it. These are reusable, so that is a happy good thing. So while you are just joining me, be sure to hit that SHARE tab for me so that we can get other friends watching and learning about Couture. So first thing I'm going to do is cut these apart, and there are cutting lines all around, all over the design. So I'm going to cut those out first. If you are not a perfect cutter, don't worry if you don't stay on the line. It is okay. Just try. So, do you guys, I guess it's just Leslie and me right now. Leslie, have you decorated for Halloween yet? Have you decorated for Halloween? You got lots of kiddos at your house all the time, so you might be decorated. Even though it is only the first part of September. That's okay. Why not, right? Anything goes this year. So we definitely could use this cute little ghost and the pumpkin on another project, but for tonight we're just going to put it to the side. Out of the way and cut the letters apart. So I still have a few more fall and Halloween projects up my sleeve. And this one I'm actually thinking about doing a project workshop with. So if you like it, let me know what you think. I'm not going to need the A either, right? But we will be using the E twice. Not yet. Oh my gosh. For fall first, then add in Halloween. Good plan. So, all right. I'm just going to cut these webs. And I'm going to write on the back of them what each thing is. So we've got your letter B. I'm not going to do my initials right now. I'll do that later probably. E, R, W. Oops, I smeared that one good. Witch hat. And I'm going to call these web 1 and web 2. And because I'm numbering, I'm also going to write on the front, just to put a 1 there. That's just to help me replace them back in the carrier sheets that they fit on perfectly. So web 2. And I'll put a 2 on the front of that. Okay, I think we've got them all. So, one more. What should I call this? Line. Very original, right? Okay, so the hardest thing about this project is going to be lining them up in the center and spacing, right? They don't have any registration marks on these for some reason. So here's my idea for this. I'm going to take a ruler. I've already measured this, so I know it's 26 inches long, and I did mark the center at 13 inches. But what I did was I took my ruler here, and I went from point to point on the bracket, like so, and I took a stir stick. This is so easy, you guys. I'm like, what? Took a stir stick, and I just kind of gently scored the line. Now, what you're going to see is that it does leave a bit of a mark, but it looks like a paint brush mark. It just looks like a brush mark, and you won't even notice it when you're all done. So I'm just kind of scoring that. I'm not pushing too hard. I'm just using a little plastic stir stick all the way down. Yep, you won't see that, but I can see it just a little tiny bit. If I hold it up to the light, it really does. It looks just like a brush mark. So let me put my ruler to the side for now. It's probably going to go crashing to the ground. And when I'm doing lettering like this, I usually start in the center. So obviously we're going to do B-E-W. And those are the first 3 letters. There's the center, and I can see that the line is right here. This is working out pretty well, you guys. So that'll go like this. But I did feel like the letters were a little too far apart. So I'm going to overlap these a bit so they're not so far apart. So B-E-W, and then we'll have the hat go there. Yikes, this is tricky. And then we'll have the R, and then we're going to do the E again. So the other thing you can kind of do to get it straight, if you don't want to do that line with your little stir stick, is just kind of judge the difference between this area and this area. And one thing that I noticed was that some of the letters are taller than the others, so we can make it work though. And then we'll do the other E here. That looks pretty good, huh? So why don't we start with the hat, since that is the most difficult one. And I'm again going to find the center, and I'm going to have the bottom of the hat just about centered with that. So I'm going to peel this off. And of course the easiest way to peel your transfers is just to roll your thumb along the edge. These are not super sticky, and I'm not using a perfectly smooth surface, so I'm not going to fuzz these this time. Instead, we will just make it work. And that looks about right. I'm going to check for that line. Is that in about the center? It's a little bit high. I think that worked out pretty well the way I did it. And the witch hat's 1. Hi, Cindy. Hello. All right. I feel like it might be a little bit off. Let me see where the W is going to end up. The witch hat is taller than the W, so I think it's going to be okay. So we're going to rub that down right there, and we're going to work this little witch hat before we do the letters. So So my plan is also to put the spider webs in the top corners and do the line along the bottom and the top too, maybe. We'll see. We'll see when we get there, right? So let's do this witch hat. I'm thinking I'm going to do it in gray with a bright band around it. Maybe, what do you think? Purple, green, orange. We'll do a little bit of detail work on that one, but I'm going to start my gray while you're telling me what you think. What should I have the hat band on the witch hat? What color? I've got orange, I've got green, I've got yellow and purple. We've got papaya, of course, because we love that color. This has got some really thick chalk on the edges. I'm just going to pull it in and stir it into the paste. And then I'm going to give it a drink of water to thin it a little bit more. Cindy says green. That would be cool. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to this chalk paste to thin it just a little bit. You want it about the consistency of cake batter, and if it's nice and smooth, even better. We're just going to be using a little bit of it tonight, so I'm not going to work the whole jar, but there's plenty of it that's smooth already that I can use. All right. Purple. I'm going to do the letters. I think I'm going to use shimmer white. This shimmer, it's called Shimmer Frost. I think that would look really nice. So I'm going to go work on this hat. I might as well stir up that green. How about if I do a little purple around this bottom rim of the hat? Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, I can do that. Sometimes when I look at them, I can't tell if I'm pasting the screen part or the green part. There's some green, which I think is going to look beautiful. And I think I'm going to grab a little bit of purple for that lower part of the hat. And that's looking pretty good. I must have used that one recently. Okay. Now that I've got all my chalks ready, I am going to be doing some tiny little areas here. So I'm going to use my multi-tool with the brush on the end. And I'm also going to use this one, the detail tool, which has a very, very tiny little squeegee on the end. And probably the rest of it I use just a small squeegee. So let's start with the hat part. And we'll cover this all up. I'm going to try to avoid the band and the buckle. Guess there's no screen there, so I can go right over it, right? Doesn't want to come close to the edge here. Come on now. Okay, I'm going to leave that a little bit thick for now so I can go back and scrape it off after. And then I'm going to go with the green for the hat band. This is the detail work, huh? So you guys, I'm thinking about doing this as a workshop a couple of weeks, so if you think it would make a nice workshop, let me know. I have extras of the surface that I picked up, and we'll also paint black like mine, and I can also do them on a box frame too, and I can show you those when I'm done with this. Don't want to stop now. All right, let's go back into my gray. Pretty close right here. I gotta be careful. So it was great to have you guys this weekend at my workshop. It was so much fun. I can't even tell you how much I've missed being with you guys, my customers, just sharing the creative part of Couture with people is my favorite thing. I love it. And it was great to see you if you were there. If not, I hope you try to come sometime. I hold my workshops in Agawam, Massachusetts, which is not far from Springfield. So if you are watching and you are from that area, please write VIP in the comments if you are not in my VIP group, because that is where I post all of my local events. And this weekend we're doing potion bottles. They're kind of like magic potions that says eat, drink, and be spooky on them. They're really cute. And last weekend we did pumpkin patch, which was adorable. It was a big pumpkin that said 10-cent pumpkins, 10 cents a pound on them, and they were just adorable. And it's always funny because we all work on the same project and everyone's looks so different. It's crazy. All right, I'm going to go back in. Since I've got all that open screen area covered, I'm going to scrape off what I can of this thin purple line here, and then I'll work my way up to the top with the gray. I feel like this is going to be too big. I'm going to try using a smaller squeegee on this part because there's a lot of detail in this part. And it can be easy to mix up your colors if you're not careful. Okay. And then the green. This already looks like it's drying on me here. Don't do it. I'm going to add a little bit more, wet it up again. Jeez. All right, one more part here. All right, we're squeegeeing off all the excess paste, putting it right back in the jar for another project. And we're gonna peel this off and hopefully we'll have a really cute little witch hat. It's a little rough right there. I'm gonna grab that spot again. How did that happen? No, maybe it's supposed to be that way. Yep, pretty cute. Looks like it's supposed to be that way. We're all good. All right. So that was the hardest part. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see that little witch hat. Isn't that cute? Hi, Corin. Are you still hiding away in New Hampshire or Maine, wherever you are? I don't blame you. Not a bit. All right, we're going to put these away, and I'm going to dry that for a second, and then we'll get started on our letters. And I think that shimmer is going to look super pretty. So what I'm using to dry this is a heat tool. Most of the time it's used for crafting, embossing, and things like that. Super high concentrated heat. Keep it moving if you're using it. You can also let your chalk dry, air dry, or you can use a hair dryer. Whatever works best for you. Thanks, Cindy. Now we're going to work our way backwards through the letters. So the next letter we would put in here is the W, because this is going to replace the A, right? Make sure I can get you my view there. So I can see that the line that I scored is right there. And I know you guys probably cannot see it. That should be just about in the center of my W. But I'm going to move it in a little closer, because I don't want the letters spread apart too far. That looks weird. be an easier way to line things up, huh? Okay, that's gonna go there. And I'm going to be using this new color called Shimmer Frost. It's kind of a white and silver sparkle. It's really, really pretty. I love using shimmer paste too. It's easy to use. It always goes on nice and smooth. I need a piece to put that. Excuse me. I don't think I've ever had to add water to these. They just stay beautiful, creamy, and nice. This is like, it sparkles like snow. I don't know what to tell you. It's not glittery, but it shimmers. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so we've got our W down, and I'm going to use a mini squeegee to do the lettering. Scoop up some of that chalk paste and just smooth it all over that W. And squeegee off all the excess back into the jar. Then we'll remove the W. It's really pretty. Really, really pretty. All right. I think I'm going to put the R over here next. I kind of wish I'd gone a little closer to the witch hat. What do you think? I'm actually kind of nervous about trying to wash this off because I didn't wax it, so I'm just going to leave it. So we're going to work the R. This little room that I in gets so hot when I'm working in here. I don't know why. It's a very small room, that's probably why. Okay, so I can see the line for the center. That looks about right. And there's our R. I think I just chucked my arm. Yes, I did. Okay, we're gonna go in again with that shimmer paste. Cover our R. It feels a little different than regular paste too. It's a little gritty feeling. Okay, get that with my finger. And peel off the R. Nice. All right, so the next one that we're going to do is the E, and I'm going to have to move really quickly and do the E there, then move it over before the transfer dries and put it over on this side of the R. Let me move it over a little bit. Okay, we got war now. Make sure I'm spelling this right, you guys. It's going to be the first time, so beware. Yeah. All right, here comes our E. Maybe I'll dry this for a second before I put this down. It's a good chance it's dry already, but I don't want to take any chances. If you overlap the area that you chopped with your transfer and it's not dry, it'll just pull right up with the transfer. So get that nice and dry. I'll do this one too. Okay, so let's move that over a little bit so you can see what the heck I'm doing. Okay, so I have to remember that I'm a little bit further away than I wanted these letters to be, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it. And you can barely see that line that I drew with my pencil. Well, not my pencil, but my stir stick. If you're just hopping in, I scored a line across the center of the whole board to line things up a little bit easier. It seems to be working. Seems to be. So here I am. I'm going to work really quickly, do the E, then move the transfer over and do it again over here next to the R. So scoop in my paste, spread it all over the open area. There's a silk screen that runs through this whole design, which is what gives all of the detail that you see. See how fast this is? Can you imagine trying to paint this? No, thank you. Okay, I'm going to pick that up and move it over. Going beautifully. And that looks about right, I think. I'm going to move it down just a hair. Sorry, I'm out of your view again. Okay, gotta work fast because I don't want this to dry before I'm done. Now I have sparkly fingers. All right, let's cover this. You can hear an air bubble in there. Thanks. All right. There we go. Got a little spot right there. I think I'm going to let that dry and I'll pick it off after. Okay, let's dry this E a little bit. To the B. Alrighty. Really have to look to see that line that I made, but it's there. I'm also kind of using the top and the bottom of the E as a guideline as well, and the tips on the top. That looks pretty good. Okay, scoop up some of that. Spread it again. So do you think I should do the spider webs in this shimmer color? Or something different? I'm running out of room for my letters here. Let me see if I can zoom you guys back out so you can see it all. There we go. Beware. So, alright, so I've got these cute little spider webs. I was thinking I would put one up at the top here and one on the other side there. I don't think I can fit them in all four corners. They're a little bit too tall. Unless... let's see if these are both the same. Essentially, they're both the same. Okay. So, all right, before I do that, I'm going to dry this for a minute. We've got matching splats, one little one there and one little one there to clean up. All right, so you're both saying yes to the silver, right? All right, before I do that, I'm going to pick this off. So this our new detail tool has one end that's pointy, and it's kind of like using your fingernail to scrape off a mistake that you left, but it works better than your fingernail because it's much tinier. And it comes right off. Get this one too. There, done. Done, done, done. All right, so let's see. I think I'm going to use this corner here as my line-up spot. Let's see if I can get them. I'm going to try to get them both the same distance from the edge. Alright, that was pretty good. And then I'm going to mirror it over here. So what about spider webs? I only like them on Halloween, but I have a lot of them at my house. My front door, I don't know what it is. Spiders love my front door. Okay, let's see. Oh, so it needs to go up a little higher. It's about a ½ an inch from the top. One little smidge more. Okay. I think we've got it. Yeah, we couldn't put two without them overlapping. Although you probably could do that. Or do you think it would look weird? What do you think? I'd like to know what you think. Okay, we're just spreading the chalk over the spider web. And all the excess comes off. That looks cool. So yeah, I could put another one down the bottom and the points would kind of cross, but that might look all right. What do you think? I'm gonna try it. What the heck? All right, let me dry this first. Because we don't want to mess. Flip it to the bottom, the second red. So you mean opposite corners? Like put this one down here? That could work too. But what do you think about this right here? It'll kind of run right into the other one, but that might look good. What do you think? Let's go for it. Let's do it. All right, here we go. We're doing it. Cross your fingers, guys. I think it'll be okay, though. All right. Oh, yeah, that looks good. I'm glad I did that. I'm going to pull this up so you can see the webs. They kind of meet in the middle. It looks neat. All right, let's do it on the other side now. How you doing, Jennifer? Nice to see you. Okay, let's get this corner done in the same way, and then we'll pull that straight line right across the top and the bottom. We're using every little bit of this transfer with the exception of those pumpkins and the ghosts, but we'll have to save those for another project. Because you guys voted for the witch hat. I think all of them would have looked cute. I think the pumpkin really would too. The ghost is adorable, but it would be more weight, so I think we picked a good one. All right, let's try this for a sec. Kind of surprised there was no little spider with this transfer. All right, so let's get this one down here in the same-ish spot. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let me see how far this one is from the edge. I'm trying to get them to kind of line up on the bottom. I'm going to go down a smidge. Lower that a little bit. Maybe a little up now. I second guess myself all the time when I'm doing this sort of thing. All right, we're almost done. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go with the silver. I keep calling this silver, but it's called frost. It's shimmer frost. It does have the glitter-ish part of it is a little bit silverish though. Ish. This is why I don't like to go live at night, because I can't talk anymore. So cute. I'm running out of space for all my pieces. All right, I love it. Love, love, love. There's a nice little gothic look to it. I'm going to hold this up to see if you can see the shimmer. Okay, I'm going to hold this right up so you can see, if you can see the sparkle. Can you see it at all? It's just so pretty. I'm excited to use this for Christmas things too. Okay, so the last part that we have is the line, or the spider web, or whatever it is. I'm going to put one up on the top and one up on down in the bottom as well. This is really fun to make. So that would be about, oh, now we got to center something. Gosh darn it. Okay, let's move that up so it's right about there. Right about at the edge of the board, actually. Then I moved. Come on now. Centered. It doesn't quite touch the spider web itself. Let's see if that's good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Alrighty, here we go. It's a little tiny thin line. The end. All right. Looks good. Let's pull that. This is so cute. Looks like something you would buy in a nice high-end gift store, I think. All right. Let's find a spot for this one. Right about there. Putting my fingers in the glitter. Okay. We're almost done. So yeah, I was thinking about offering this as a workshop in my studio. I have this surface, and I also have a brand new, it's a double-sided box frame that just came in, and I'm going to show you those because it's really, really nice. So you could, it's double-sided, so you could put Halloween on one side and Thanksgiving on the other side, or Christmas on the other side, whatever you desire. Da-da-da! Love it. All right, I'm running out of room here. Okay. Let's hit that with the dryer for a second. I think I went up a little bit on this end, but it's okay. It's all right. This will dry really, really quickly. Pretty much the thinner the line or the shape is that you're paint chalking, the quicker it dries. I'm sure these are dry too. Okay, so I'm going to show you that box frame I was telling you about. Let me grab one. I have one right here. And there is, we've had a box frame like this in the past. I'm just going to flip my camera for a minute. But this one is a newer one. It's much heavier. It's white on the front side. Got a nice soft brown stained finish on the frame. And the back side is that same pretty brown. It's really, really nice. These are heavy duty. Not only can you hang them on the wall, you can also sit them on your shelves easily. So you could do your Beware sign right on this as well. So those are a couple of options. Thank you, Cindy, that I would have available for the Beware sign. So let's show you this again. Ta-da! Beware. I think it looks great. And I'm so glad that I got to make it with you guys. So thank you for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed this project. I will be back tomorrow with another one. Not quite sure what time. It could be in the morning or in the afternoon or the evening. But I will post a little something when I know a little bit more. So I hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in purchasing the Beware transfer or that box frame or my beautiful chalk paste or tools, my website is just below here in this video. And if you have any questions, be sure to post them in the comments and I will let you know what the answers are. Have a great night and I will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.